tips of this training media on how to use Kumwell exothermic welding tools and equipment from Kumwell Technology Company Limited. 1. As a user manual on how to use Kumwell exothermic welding tools. 2. Enhancing skills and uses of the equipment correctly and safely. 3. Teaching the users how to select the tools and equipment properly for the connection. 4. Educate with the knowledge and build confidence for the users of our quality equipment. Exothermic welding. Ground connection of grounding system as foundation of power quality is an important process and requiring skills for the best performance of our electrical system. Exothermic welding technique is the method to connect between the conductor cable and the ground rod for following purpose. 1. Connecting two pieces of metal together with the homogeneous connection. 2. Resulting good electrical conductivity. 3. Preventing the connection to break apart. 4. Enduring and long-lasting result. Exothermic welding, in this case, is the most appropriate. The exothermic welding process is the method of making metal connection in which no outside source of heat and power is required. This process will make the metal melt to its molecular bond. This process is different from other connection methods such as clamp connection, only makes the metal connect each other. Unlike exothermic welding connection, will generate copper alloy connection with copper content greater than 90%, resulting good conductivity. Corrosion resistance. Heat is introduced by ignited the welding power with instant burn and blended together with the metals. The benefits of instant burn of different melting points of various metals will not allow the lower melting point metal melt first. Connection from exothermic welding process will produce the joint in good performance when persons have practiced with good skill how to utilize quality tools and equipment properly. Following are the guidelines to assist persons how to achieve exothermic welding with best results. The equipment for exothermic welding are 1. Mould. 2. Handle clamp. 3. Weld metal powder. 4. Tools and accessories such as toolbox, fillings, conductor wire brush, mould-cleaning brush, bus bar brush, screwdriver, pliers, scraper for cleaning mold cup, ceramic fiber, gas can, disc, flint igniter. MO is used to create the connection between two identical conductors or between two conductors with different metals. It could resist with high heat. Before proceeding, the users must know which metals he is working on, how many connections will be made, and in type of connection. After that, he can choose which mold to comply with his type of connection by examining the detail of nameplate located on the lid of the mold, namely cable to cable, cable to bus bar, cable to ground rod. The letters on the nameplate represent the following details. First set of letters represents type of connection. Second set of letters represents mold type. Third set of letters represents the size of the conductor cable. Fourth set of letters represents the size of weld metal powder. Recommendations: how to use the mold. In general, the graphite mold can be used for 50 to 75 connections, depending on the following factors. 1. Usage: always follow the operating instructions in order to maximize performance. 2. Storage of the graphite mold. It should be stored in boxes or converted to box after every use to prevent damage during movement, and it should be stored in a dry place. Basic instruction for inspecting the graphite mold. 1. General inspection. The mold is generally not cracked or chipped. Mold halves are close together. 2. Internal inspection. See whether the welds have cracked or chipped. There should be no stain and dirt from slag, mud, water, or oil. Handle clamp is the equipment used for handling of the mold. Due to the high heat generated from welding, the handle clamp should be selected and used properly. The standard type HCC00 or HDD00 is suitable for general connections such as cable to cable, cable to ground. The handle clamp with vertical beam support type HDC00Y or HCD00Y is suitable for mold clamping onto flat steel surface such as H-beam, I-beam. The handle clamp with chain support type HDC00X or HCD00X is ideal for clamping the mold with steel pole or steel pipe. Recommendation: how to use the handle clamp. 1. Avoid towing or dropping the handle clamp, since it will cause the distance between mounting points out of alignment from the standard and will not fit into the mold. 2. The handle clamp should be stored in the steel box, provided to avoid any dropping or damage. 3. If the handle clamp is out of alignment, unable to lock the mold tightly, tighten the screw to adjust the level. Weld metal powder is used for connecting a copper to copper or copper to steel. Weld metal powder tube composes of two major components. 1. Weld metal powder. 2. Starting powder. This will be packed at the bottom of the tube and only visible when the weld metal powder has been completely poured out. It looks similar as weld metal powder but finer. Recommendation on the use of the powder: keep the powder at room temperature and avoid storage in moist locations. Tools and accessories. Recommendations of tool selection. For example, use a saw brush to clean the mold, while using brush to clean conductor cable and etc. The person should follow the manual strictly.
Exothermic welding the door. The following steps outline is a general demonstration of a typical wide connection, the method of making electrical connections of cable to cable. Step 1. Cutting the conductor cable. Prior to cutting, tie thin wire tightly between the cutting point and the conductor cable to prevent the cut ends from splitting. Otherwise, the connection may not articulate firmly, leading to corrosion and damage. After cutting, remove the thin wire. Step 2. Clean the conductor and metal to be connected. The conductors should be cleaned with cable and brush to remove dirt and sand to prevent the contamination on the connection to lower the joint quality, and dry before the connection is made. To connect conductor cable with a metal surface, such as a steel structure, fence, lamppost, make sure to remove paint or galvanized layer from the surface to prevent joint will not be connected. After the connection is complete, galvanized liquid can be sprayed on the surface. Step 3. Mold and handle clamp assembly. Select the right mold model for the types of required connection. After clean and dry the mold, assemble the mold and the handle clamp in good position and alignment. Close the ram tightly to prevent molten copper liquid leakage from the connection area. Step 4. Warm up the mold and conductor cable. Ignite the propane torch and dry out inside of the mold thoroughly on both sides. And dry conductor cable area to be connected for 1 or 2 minutes. Warm up the mold when it's used for the first time of the day or after the mold not being used over 1 hour, because moisture will be absorbed into the mold, conductor cable, or to the connect metal, resulting swollen joint more than normal due to the porosity. Step 5. Assemble the conductor cable into the mold. For the conductor cable larger than 95 square millimeters, use handle clamp cable to align the conductor into the mold. Step 6. Pour the white powder. First, insert a steel disc into the mold. Ensure that the steel disc is properly seated to prevent white metal powder falling into the connection area. If white metal powder was leaked before welding ignition, the connection will not be complete because the black stain mixed in the connection. Pour the loose weld metal powder into the mold quickly. The bottom of the tube contains compressed fine powder as starting powder, and squeeze and tap the bottom of the tube a few times to lose this powder. Pour the starting powder on the top and in the mold. Step 7. Igniting the weld powder. Aim the flint igniter to the mold opening. Ignite the starting powder on the mold cover. The person must wear gloves to prevent heat, and he must stand behind the mold socket as shown in the video. After he triggers the flint igniter, wait 30 seconds for the reaction to be complete to form solid molten copper alloy. The ignition may fail due to using the wrong igniter recommended by the manufacturer. For safety reasons, the start power has been designed to start ignition at 400 degrees Celsius. In the case to use different igniter from the recommendation, please consult the manufacturer. Step 8. Removing slag from the mold. After the reaction, leave the mold to cool down for approximately 1 minute. Then, open the top cover of the mold to remove the slag, using a scraper to remove the slag in the mold over area and the upper half first, because the slag in this area is thinner than the other areas. After that, remove the thicker slag from the lower area of the mold. In this case of difficulty in removing the slag, use the scraper tip to tap at the slag. Be careful not to hit the mold surface. Step 9. Removing the connection from the mold. Open the mold, then remove the connection. Remove the connection with care not to chip the mold. Step 10. Mold cleaning. Use soft blush recommended by manufacturer to clean inside in the mold cavity and cover the remove excess slag. Do not use hard brush to clean the mold because the mold will be chipped and worn out. Connection inspection. Following the guidelines carefully, below will assist meaningful inspection. 1. Good connection inspection. The acceptable connection should have no gap or excessive porosity. After inspection, the connections that are not fully filled, out of shape, and dirty are unacceptable. 2. Color inspection. The color of good connection is golden bronze. Occasionally, the color of connection may be slightly different depending on the metal surface connection. However, the color must be consistent for the connection. Sometimes, a connection to cast iron or galvanized surface is often silvery due to alloying with the metals. 3. Surface finish inspection. The surface of the connection should be reasonably smooth and free of major slag deposits. If slag deposits cover more than 20% of the connection surface, or if any cable stains are exposed after slag has been removed, the connection must be rejected and the new connection must be repeated. 4. Porosity inspection. The connection should be free from porosity. Normally, excessive porosity is the result of contaminants, water, oil, dirt, dust in the conductor and/or mold. If the surface of conductor and mold are properly dry and cleaned, the porosity will not occur. The porous surface connection is unacceptable. Problems and corrections. Before making connection, the persons must read and understand all instructions. Must follow instructions step by step carefully. So, if there is any problems occur, he will identify correctly. This helps improve skill and reduce costs from bad connection. Following are the guidelines of various problems and preventions. Failed ignition problem. Cause 1. Resulting from using wrong flint igniter, since starting powder is developed to be ignited at 400 degrees Celsius. Therefore, it's recommended to use the flint igniter suggested from the manufacturer. Cause 2. Resulting from no starting powder. After dumping the welding powder into the mold, starting powder at the bottom must be tapped out over the welding material and onto the lid of the mold. Frequently, Persons forget to do this step and resulting in failed ignition. Problem of unusual smell during the welding. Cause 1. Resulting from welding powder not complying standard. The contamination would be dangerous if inhaled. Thus, would be advised to use the proper certified white metal powder. Mold copper alloy leakage problem. Cause 1. Resulting from an open gap between the mold and conductor cable. Correction. Visually inspect the connection area to make sure there is no any gap after complete assembly mold, handle clamp, and cable connection. If there's a gap, please reassemble the mold again. Cause 2. Resulting from wrong conductor cable size for the specified mold. Correction. Inspect the conductor size and select the proper mold by reading the mold nameplate on the top of the mold. If it's not right conductor size, please replace and select the correct mold again. Cause 3. Resulting from the mold wears out. Correction. Inspect the mold condition, whether it's cracked or chipped. If that's the case, replace a new mold. Cause 4. Resulting from welding conductor cable larger than 95 square millimeters. Correction. Advised to use a cable clamp to ensure the alignment of the conductor. Problem. The wire does not stick to the metal surface after welding. Cause 1. Resulting from dirt. Correction. Prior to welding, clean the mold and the surface of the conductor cable as clean as possible, because the dirt will affect the connection quality. Cause 2. Resulting from bad precision of the steel disc. Correction. Since the steel disc is used to prevent the weld powder falling into the mold socket prior to melting. Before pouring the weld metal powder, the person should inspect to ensure that the steel disc is seated properly. Cause 3. Resulting from using clay or black rubber as duct seal to repair the worn mold. Correction. Recommend not to use clay or duct seal to repair the worn-out mold because it will create contamination to the connection. Advised to use ceramic fiber instead. Problem of the connection with black stains or dirt contamination. Cause 1. Resulting from the dirt of the conductor and metal surface. Correction. Prior to welding, clean the conductor and metal surface. In case of welding of conductor cable with galvanized steel, remove galvanized coating and clean from the steel surface by scraping the thicker section out first. After the welding, then reapply the galvanized liquid color. Cause 2. Resulting from the leakage during the welding process. Correction. Inspect the mold gaps after assembling the mold and the cable connection. If there's a gap, reassemble the mold and the conductor cable. Problem of connection partially covered. Cause 1. Resulting from the leakage during the welding process. Correction. Check the mold gap area after assembling the mold and the conductor cable to see whether there's any gap. If there is, reassemble the mold and the conductor cable. Cause 2. Resulting from incorrect weld metal powder size. Correction. Prior to welding process, verify the size of the weld metal powder from the nameplate of the mold. Cause 3. Resulting from combining mold and weld metal powder made from different manufacturers. Correction. Recommend to use both mold and weld metal powder from the same manufacturer. Problem of unusual swelling or large connections. Cause 1. This may happen due to the moisture in the mold or in the conductor cable. That get rid of the moisture from the mold or the conductor cable prior to the first use using butane gas. Cause 2. Resulting from incorrect size of the weld metal powder. Correction. Prior to welding, Verify the size of weld metal powder against the nameplate on the top of the mold. Guidelines for user. To carry out exothermic welding, the person must always strictly proceed as follows. 1. Only use the equipment provided in the toolbox. The steel box can be used to prevent cracking or chip off the mold during transportation. In addition, the steel box can be used as storage of the hot mold after welding. 2. All tools and equipment should be kept in the toolbox every time to avoid misplaced, damage, or loss. 3. There should be personal protection equipment during the welding to prevent unexpected accidents. 4. The person should strictly follow instruction manual for efficiently and effectively. Despite the fact the worker is skillful and has mastered the techniques, without the equipment must meet the international standards. The result of the connection may be improper, unsafe connection, or even damage to item being connected. Thus, it's important to select equipment from the manufacturer that is credible and is certified by UL list and test report to comply with standard testing in according to IEEE. In addition, for safety, the white metal powder must also pass the testing concerning the toxic substance according to OSHA. This information can be checked from the manufacturer. The Exothermic Welding products made in Thailand, Kumwell Technology Company Limited, is the only Thai manufacturer with high-quality products complying with international standards, enabling this company to become a market leader in Asia and becoming a world-class quality leader in grouting and lighting protection systems. Kumwell Technology Company Limited is always ready to enhance the knowledge, understanding, skill, expertise for the customers to maximize the work effectiveness while earning the sustained credibility and trust from our customers.